What issue is common to spare sectors and bad sectors on hard drives, as well as over-provisioned space on modern SSDs?
Okay. All right, guys, let's do this. So I'm going to follow big red steps. Maybe let's do like a minute or 2 minutes a question. If you guys want to move to the next question, just give me thumbs up. If anybody wants to comment, just raise your hand and we will stay on the question. All right, guys, give me thumbs up if we should move to the next question. You can raise your hand if you want to comment. I think we had this one before.
As the cybersecurity manager for a multinational corporation, you have been tasked with ensuring the security of sensitive data transmitted between your company's offices across different continents. The data includes proprietary research and customer information. You need to choose an encryption protocol that not only secures data in transit, but is also compliant with international data protection regulations. Additionally, the solution must integrate seamlessly with the existing IPSec VPN infrastructure. Which encryption protocol should you implement to meet these requirements?
Maybe I just want to tell my comments or views. How did I choose C?
Sure, go ahead, Ramesh.
Can you just go to the question, right? If you look at the last question, what they ask is, which encryption protocol should you implement to meet these requirements? So that made me to choose AES as a symmetric encryption with GCM enabled. So TLS in SSL gives you the confidentiality. AES gives you and SSL gives you the integrity, authenticity as well, but not the confidentiality, I guess. So AES gives you that.
Thank you. Go ahead. You're right.
Here's one question. Is an encryption protocol? And the previous question, is TLS considered an encryption protocol? The list of protocols that we have.
Anybody knows the answer to that?
Because of, okay. That's something we can, look at. You get a chance and maybe check it out.
Yeah, I just went on Google and it is a cryptographic protocol that provides secure communication over computer networks.
For secure communication. All right, that's good to go.
An organization has recently experienced a sophisticated spear-phishing attack that led to unauthorized access to internal resources. To mitigate future incidents, the organization is considering implementing more advanced security measures within its network infrastructure. The security team has decided to implement an intrusion prevention system, IPS, to actively monitor and block malicious traffic. However, they are concerned about the potential performance impact on the network due to false positives in the processing power required. What is the most effective method to deploy the IPS to balance security and performance without compromising the detection capabilities?
Okay, so we're gonna go with B. Looks like, let's see what we get. See down here what the explanation is. Can everybody see that, or is that too small?
Small.
Okay. Anybody has any comments, or should we move to the next question?
An international financial institution has recently experienced multiple security incidents involving unauthorized data exfiltration. The Chief Information Security Officer, CISO, has decided to implement a more robust network security strategy. The IT security team is tasked with enhancing the existing firewall configurations and deploying network access control, NAC, solutions to prevent unauthorized access and monitor network traffic more effectively. The team is considering several options to improve the security posture. One proposed solution involves configuring the firewall to utilize stateful packet inspection and integrating NAC with endpoint security checks. The goal is to ensure that each device meets a specific security posture before being granted access to the network. The IT security team must choose the most effective implementation strategy. Which approach should the team adopt to achieve this goal while ensuring minimal disruption to business operations?
All right, should we move to the next question, or we want to comment on this one? Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to understand the question.
The previous one, Mario?
No, this one, the economic cooperation or the multinational, the one before, yeah. Or this one, yeah.
Is there like a part that you do not understand, a specific section, or?
Well, what is the ask of this? That's what I'm trying to, what is the CISO has decided, okay, robust, okay. So I'm trying to see what should I look for a configuring firewall.
So there's a lot of distraction here, at least for me when I was reading this. But I went back and I read what they're asking for. Obviously, taking into consideration the context above, but if you see here, they want to make sure that the devices meet a specific security posture, and also that it doesn't hinder the efficiency on how devices connect to the network.
Okay.
So if you read the explanation here again, A was the best option.
Okay. There is.
Using DNAC, they can perform a pre-admission check to ensure that the devices meet the security standards.
So they are looking for balance, with not affecting the performance. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Is it okay to move to the next one, or?
Oh, yes, fine. Yeah.
All right.
Acme Corporation is expanding its operations and plans to set up a new office. The company's network security policy requires that all communications between the main office and satellite offices must be protected using cryptographic measures. However, the IT team has reported issues with network latency and performance when implementing certain encryption protocols. To address these concerns, the network architect proposes deploying a dedicated hardware-based encryption solution at the network perimeter of both locations. The solution must provide high-performance encryption without degrading network speeds and support secure authentication methods. Which encryption protocol and authentication mechanism should be implemented to meet these requirements?
Okay, let's see what we get. Right. So B is the right answer here. Anyone has any comments, or should we move to the next one?
Yeah, well,
If you look at the clue here is he wants to have high performance on the encryption, right? So the better one, where you get the high performance with the encryption is AES 256. AES, symmetric encryption gives you the high performance to your encryption standards. And also there's multiple offices and satellite offices. So you connect the site-to-site VPN. So it typically uses the IPSec to connect with different office locations.
so given this AES 256 is stronger, you are suggesting? Okay.
It is not stronger. It is stronger and fast comparatively to the asymmetric.
Oh, symmetric. Okay. Public-private, which is faster. Okay.
You are the security operations manager for a large enterprise that regularly handles sensitive customer data. Recently, the organization has experienced a series of sophisticated cyber attacks targeting its network infrastructure. As part of the response strategy, you are tasked with implementing a comprehensive network security solution that includes firewalls, encryption, and network segmentation to protect against unauthorized access and data exfiltration. The organization already uses a network access control (NAC) system to authenticate devices. However, during a recent simulation exercise, it was discovered that attackers exploited a misconfigured rule in the firewall, allowing them to bypass the NAC. Which of the following actions should you prioritize to enhance the security posture against such threats?
All right. Should we move to the next question, or anyone has any comments? Thumbs up. Next question. Thank you.
A large financial institution has implemented a new software-defined networking (SDN) architecture to improve the flexibility and security of its network. The security team is tasked with ensuring that the SDN controller, which manages the entire network's flow control, is secured against potential threats. They must choose an approach that ensures integrity and availability of the SDN controller communications while also allowing for efficient traffic management. Which of the following technical implementations would best meet these requirements?
So this one has integrity and availability of this. So, that's what I'm reading this.
If you look at MTLS, right, mutual TLS termination, which means the client needs to validate the server and server needs to validate the client again. So that gives you the better integrity and availability for the systems. So it cannot be, attacked.
Okay. Even during the data transmit phase is protected, right? Okay.
Yeah, yes. If someone has some other comments, yeah, please.
Okay. So we pick TLS because of integrity is protected. Okay.
Thumbs up if you guys want to move to the next question, or raise your hand. Any more comments?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. That's okay. That one more availability, but that's okay. TLS.
You want me to go back, Mario?
Yeah, if the team don't mind. I know there are a lot of intelligent people here.
No, it's okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm thinking the integrity is good, but the availability side, trying to see if both requirements are met here. Okay. Okay.
Wanda is working with one of her organization's European Union business partners to facilitate the exchange of customer information. Wanda's organization is located in the United States. What would be the best method for Wanda to use to ensure GDPR compliance?
All right. Anyone wants to comment on this one? Why they pick A over C or why they pick C over A?
Question is still confusing, I guess. So maybe it's her own organization or the another third party organization. So that is the trick here. Yeah, Thomas, please.
Okay, go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, the first of the privacy shields Harvard Safe are no longer applicable. Standard contractual clauses are now applicable with the GDPR, but the binding corporate rules within the same organization between subsidies in different countries. So that wouldn't apply. So I chose the standard contractual clauses.
Yeah, that I kind of felt the same way with the binding corporate rules. I feel like if there was data sitting somewhere else, there might be a conflict. So that's why when we see standard contractual clauses, let's see what we have.
Yeah.
Thumbs up when we're ready. And if you have any comments, raise your hand.
Yeah, but I thought this is mainly for the US side, but I don't know how GDPR, if she has to use this, then we have to follow the contractual clauses, or what is this? If one located or to use GDPR.
So you could take those like fine prints, that little print that they put on the contract sometimes, the very tiny things that we never read. So that's kind of how I think about these, but clause text for the European compliance.
Okay.
Go ahead, Big Red.
And I did a quick search. The difference between the two, they said a binding corporate rules, you have to get approval from the EU data protection authorities. With the standard contractual clause, you don't.
Oh, I see.
There's no approval you need. And then binding rules are for internal and legal binding data protection policies across multinational groups, whereas standard clauses are pre-approved legal contracts that govern transfer between data entities.
I see. So the European Union, within the GDPR, there's an approval process for the first one, right?
For the binding, that's correct, yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you have to get approval for that one, whereas the standard contractual clause, you don't.
Interesting. So since this is used, but there's no approval necessary from the EU. Okay, interesting. Okay.
And there's the last thing they put in here, that the binding corporate rule is an intra-group data transfer, whereas the standard contractual clause inter-company transfer.
More of a global versus EU. Okay.
Yeah, intra-group. Yeah, so it's a type of business like you have that you would use either or. I think it's more stringent with the binding corporate rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe me, I didn't think of that, but that's a very good point. Yeah. I don't know whether we could Google in the exam hall, but that's a different story.
Oh, that's why we're having those conversations now. So you'll be ready for the exam.
Yes, correct.
In a hybrid cloud environment, a multinational corporation is implementing a privileged access management solution to secure critical systems. The company needs to ensure that privileged users can seamlessly access resources across on-premises data centers and cloud platforms without compromising security. Which of the following options best addresses the privileged access management and identity federation requirements in this scenario?
Thumbs up if we want to move to the next one, or raise your hand. Any comments? All right.
In designing a secure network architecture for a multi-tier application environment, a security architect is tasked with implementing a solution that ensures secure communication between different tiers while maintaining strict access controls. The architect decides to deploy a combination of firewalls, VPNs, and SSL/TLS encryption. However, during the implementation, there arises a need to allow specific traffic to bypass certain security controls for performance reasons. What is the best approach for the architect to balance security and performance in this scenario?
Okay, let's see what we have. Does anyone wants to comment before we see the answer? Or should we see the answer first? So we're gonna go with D. Okay, very nice. Okay, thumbs up if we want to move to the next one. Actually, that's it for the quiz. Let's see what we get. Okay.
I don't think that was right.
Come again, Vincent. The question, you don't think it was right?
I might have been wrong, but I thought it was higher or would have been higher. I meant to keep track, but I lost track halfway through. That's all right.
So Vincent, maybe a suggestion here. And because I see, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, we get questions on networking, communication, and operations typically. So can we get some questions on security and risk management and security architecture and engineering? Because that is pretty much more confusing than the networking.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. What we can do. So like if you were presenting on that week, what you could do is find some of those questions and bookmark them to present for that week. So from the database, either find questions in that domain or generate some new ones of that domain. I can do them as well, but you can bookmark a question and then start an exam from the bookmarks. So if you want to queue up, 25 questions that are just ones you specifically wanted to use, you could do that.
All right.
You don't have to do it live, but just to know. And yes, Ramesh, to answer your question, absolutely can do it. I'd be happy to on the next group that I host, but just ask who's ever hosting that night and maybe you can help them with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be something I like to know how to do as well. How to select from different domains.
Yeah, absolutely. I will put that sorting functionality back in.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice that right away. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, because I know as far as with the software development, you don't get too many questions for software development.
Okay, that, and I'm going to try to balance out the database because I've noticed that only a few people are interested in generating different questions, but you could generate them now if you wanted to go through some. You know what? I'll contact you guys directly. Maybe we can all get together, and that would be good for me too, if you're willing.
Yes, that sounds great.
Okay, yeah, we can run through some stuff. Yeah, absolutely, Victor.
Cool. Should we do 5 questions? We want to go again or? All right.
As the lead cybersecurity engineer for a medium-sized financial institution, you are tasked with reviewing and improving the organization's disaster recovery plan. The organization recently experienced a significant outage due to a failure in the primary data center caused by a natural disaster. The disaster recovery plan involves replicating critical systems and data to a secondary site located 200 miles away. However, during the recent outage, it was discovered that the replication lag was substantial, resulting in significant data loss. Which of the following changes would most effectively enhance the disaster recovery strategy to minimize data loss?
Okay, let's see. So we are torn between C and B and D, looks like. We're pretty close there. So we got another D. We need a tiebreaker now. All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought about A, but I wasn't sure really. Does anyone wants to comment? RPO, yes. Recovery point objective. Go on, Daniel. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Now that you mentioned that, yeah, I kind of turn on the light bulb in my head. Let's see what the explanation is.
So they are saying that keep the backup in different location. Is that true? Or because of?
So the disaster recovery here.
Primary and secondary sites to support real-time data replication. Okay.
So this comes down to recovery point objective. So that's why A is the right answer. Thumbs up to move to the next one. Raise your hand if you have any more comments.
So the regular backups are not part of it, right? Regular, but multi-primary and secondary is the main. Okay. Is it in the cloud? Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Let's see. I can go back if you want.
Cloud. Okay.
Well, we picked D.
Okay.
But the question doesn't mention anything about cloud, I don't think.
No. Just 2 different locations, 2 different area. Okay.
Yeah, they're two physical locations 200 miles away.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the moment they mentioned primary data center, think more physical location and not likely go the line of cloud.
Yeah. So they are still doing the tape-based type of thing, something in DR. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Good.
XYZ Corporation has recently experienced a series of sophisticated cyber attacks targeting their internal network. As the lead security engineer, you have been tasked with enhancing the organization's network security posture. You decide to implement a combination of network access control, NAC, and intrusion detection systems, IDS, to better monitor and control the network traffic. During the configuration phase, you realize that a critical requirement is to ensure that only devices with updated security patches can access sensitive segments of the network. Additionally, you need the system to detect and respond to anomalies in real time. Given this situation, which approach should you prioritize to effectively secure the network while ensuring business continuity?
The thing that is throwing me off on this question is that additionally, you need to detect and respond to anomalies in real time. So instead of an IDS, I was expecting an IPS. I was reading the question. That's what my mind was going for, but I don't see IPS in the answer. So let's see what we get. Everybody going with A. A is correct. Yeah, I don't see how he's going to respond. Make this bigger. Can everybody read this? I'm going to move to the next one, see if we can do one more.
A multinational corporation has recently experienced a data breach that exploited a misconfigured firewall, allowing an attacker to exfiltrate sensitive data undetected. The security team has been tasked with redesigning the network security architecture to prevent similar incidents in the future. The team decides to implement a robust network access control, NAC system, to ensure that all devices connecting to the corporate network meet strict security criteria. In addition to NAC, the team plans to deploy firewalls with deep packet inspection, DPI, capabilities, and implement encryption for data in transit. During the rollout, the team faces a decision. How should they configure the order of operations between NAC, DPI firewalls, and encryption to optimize both security and performance?
What is this deep packet inspection?
Deep packet inspection checks the headers.
Oh, more API level, or is it API level? Okay, it's no headers, and inside the headers, what sort of production?
Okay, let's see what we get.
Well, we are seeing a lot of security and performance lately.
So it looks like everybody going for B. Let's see what we get for the answer. And B is the right answer.
Ooh.
All right, guys. I think we can stop here. Thank you all for the feedback and for the help. Much appreciated.
Yes, it's all good, Victor. Big thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Any comment from Vince or no? Vince is good questions, right?
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed them. They'll be getting better.
Yeah, I have a hard time reading it quick and understanding what is the ask, but I have to work on it.
Yeah, they can be tough for the group. Sometimes we go through them a little quickly, but you'll get there. I see all the time. So
yeah,
I'll thank Victor again, and fantastic evening.
Because I think Cloudy's been stressing to understand the question, looking at it very, okay, good. Yep.
All right, guys. Good night.
Okay. Vince, we have another one too. I know you got the CISSP group too. Oh, yeah. Who is, hello?
Hello.